Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Andrew Axum with Axum Outdoor Adventures. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the new Outlaw from Wasp. So I recently placed an order to Wasp for several frames actually, and the reason that I waited and got several frames was for the shipping cost for one thing, but also I was waiting for this particular frame to come out, and this is the Outlaw from Wasp. And the Outlaw itself is not a new frame, but this is a new clipped version that uses the Enzo clips. And the Enzo is one of my favorite frames. This is my daily shooter, the Wasp Enzo in royal blue. And I got a few more of these and a few other frames in the package, but this is the one I was waiting on. Wasp had announced they were going to release this at the end of January or beginning of February, and I didn't want to place multiple orders due to the shipping cost. So this came in yesterday, and I've had some time to get out here and shoot around with it a little earlier this morning, and I'm really impressed with this. I figured I would be. Just to give you kind of a size comparison, if you're familiar with the Wasp Enzo, they're fairly similar in size, kind of a small pocketable frame. This one, if you were to compare this to the Scout LT, which a lot of people do, this might be comparable to the Torque, and it's got its differences, but that's a fair comparison, I feel. And I've been really impressed with this thing today. I did buy the Castle clamps that they have the sights built onto them there, and I've been fairly impressed with those as well. I'm just going to go ahead and take a few shots, let you see this thing in action a little bit, and then we'll go inside and talk about some of the specs. I'll tell you what, these little sights on this Castle clamp, whatever they call it, are really helpful. I can put this top bead right on whatever I'm trying to hit right at 10 meters, and it pretty much nails it. You have to kind of adjust the sighting, but that can that I hit out there is at 25 meters. And once you get sighted in, these are really helpful for switching distances like that pretty quickly. All right, let's head inside and go over some of the specs. All right, we're back in the garage. It's pretty nice out today, but it's still February, so it's a bit brisk out there. But we'll go over some of the specs of the Outlaw. First of all, you can order one of these at waspslingshots.com. And these are listed in pounds, of course, because it's an English company. But when you do the math, which right now the exchange rate, I think it's usually around $1.2 for every pound. So take however many pounds the price is and multiply it times 1.2, and that's going to tell you the price in US dollars. And this with clamps came out to be right around $27. These are available in black. They're also available in moonstone, and I'll show you what moonstone is. This is an Enzo that I ordered in that same order, and that's the moonstone color, and I've been a big fan of those for a while, so got me an Enzo in one of those. But you can get the Outlaw in black or moonstone. You can also get it in blue, you can get it in white or green, and I was very tempted to get it in green because green is my favorite color, but just because of the name, it's the Outlaw, I felt like it should be in black. So these are 85 millimeters on their overall width, but they have a kind of a narrow fork gap. They have a 42 millimeter fork gap, which is not quite as narrow as the torque. I believe the torque is a 38 and these are 42. So it's not super narrow, but it's but compared to the Enzo has a 45 millimeter fork gap, so it's a little more narrow than that. And if you're familiar with the Scout LT, which a lot of people are, this is another one of my favorite frames. These have a 52 millimeter fork gap, so this is 10 millimeters smaller on the fork gap than this. Just something to be mindful of. Now the Castle sight clamps that I put on here, I bought a set of 2 of these comes, and I think it was 5.95 pounds was their price. Multiply that times 1.2, whatever that is, and that's what this was. They weren't very expensive, and you get a set of 2 of those. So I'm going to put one on one frame and one on another. Now, after using these, I'm probably going to have to order some more of those the next time I place a Wasp order, because I don't want to have to switch those around, and I have more frames that use this size of clip than just 2, and these things really proved valuable to me out there. I could put this top bead on whatever I was shooting at 10 meters, and it pretty much nailed it right on. Now, when I was shooting at 25 meters, I had to kind of experiment around a little bit and get my sighting, but these really helped me transition pretty quickly from shooting at 10 meters to 25 meters, quicker than I would have been able to do it just with my eye. So I found these very helpful, and for the price, if you're going to order an Enzo, I would definitely go ahead and get some of these. Or this isn't an Enzo, but if you're going to order something that takes an Enzo clip, get some of these. Speaking of ordering, I know a lot of guys kind of balk at ordering from Wasp that are in the States because of the shipping, and it is high. I'm not sure why the shipping is so high from England to the States, but it's not Wasp's fault, and I feel like Wasp has really good prices. I'm a huge fan of their products, and so if you're going to make an order, maybe wait and decide on a few frames that you want, and wait till a time when you can order more than one, because I found that when I placed an order for one frame, the shipping showed 14 pounds, and when I put another frame on there, it went up to 16 pounds. So once you place the initial item, the additional items don't seem to add that much. So in my mind, it's better to place a larger order, wait until you're ready to do that. But definitely some great products. The Outlaw is a great frame. They have added these squared tips as well that's supposed to assist in aiming, and I found that it did. So those in conjunction with the sight clips there, I was a big fan of this one, and you get one, I think you will be too. Well, that's going to do it this time for Axum Outdoor Adventure. Hope you've enjoyed this frame review. I'm a big fan of Wasp and all their products. Got some other frames in that same Wasp order, so I will be doing some more frame reviews. If you've enjoyed this video or any of my videos, don't forget to go down and hit the subscribe button. Also, remember to give us a like, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you can get alerts anytime I get some new frames. Thanks for watching.